So what's on the menu today? What are you guys eating?
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's rice and fish and spinach,
Nice.
Quite nice. So I'm just scoffing this up. Yes. Yeah.
Have you heard of Kleenex Exchange, Ron? Off Grid Life told me about it.
Yes, he sent me the same. I didn't look into it yet. What is it? It's just a place to trade your blurt.
It's a place where I've been buying blurt. I'm buying blurt and sending it to my, because all this blogging and earning 20p at a time is taking too long. So I've just bought some, sent it over, but I'm having a problem because I'm sending Ethereum from Kraken to Kleenex, then turning that into USD and then using USD to buy blurt. Right. I know it's a bit of a, because I tried doing it from Coinbase, but Coinbase didn't recognise the exchange, so I've had to go around the houses a bit. But I've got a problem. I sent like 0.07 Ethereum, which should be like $100, and it says 0.07 in my Kleenex, but it says tradable value $39.
Oh, you didn't hit a button yet, did you?
I haven't traded, no.
So you're wondering which should you push, trade or value?
I'm wondering why, even though 0.07 Ethereum is worth about $100, I think it's worth actually $170. When it shows its tradable value in USDT, it says it's only worth $39. So I'm not.
Good. I'm glad you caught that. That's how, I don't know what happened, but that's how I lost a couple $1,000 doing just what you're doing 4 years ago. I was trying to cash in on a Steam coin, and the same thing happened where I hit, it said trade or value or something. There was two choices to hit, and I think I hit trade one because I'm making a trade, and somehow somebody snatched it up for a very low bid. Do you see what I'm saying? It's almost like an auction.
See, because now I don't want to do. If I send it back to my Kraken, will I get 0.07 ETH, or will it send $39 worth of?
I don't know.
Stuck there.
Find somebody who knows, because it's important. Somebody must be able to counsel.
I'll ask Off Grid Life, because he told me about Kleenex. And I've done smaller amounts, like $30, $40. That's all gone fine. And I sent it to my blurt wallet. But I'm doing it little bit by little bit, and then you sort of, as you get more confident, you start sending bigger chunks over.
Right.
And I'm up to like sending $100 or $200, and it seems to have gone wrong. So I don't know.
So you're putting blurt into the platform, and it gives you more power to get more money.
That's right. Yeah, I've got two. I delegate my blurt to B Blurt and I think Blurt Powerbot or something. So I've got two people, and I've upped the amount that they both get, and I've upped my own blurt power a bit. But I mean, not a massive amount, but significant, like triple what I've tripled the amount I'm delegating, and I've upped my blurt power a bit. But I want to have a lot more, because if we're thinking that we're going to try and push blurt along and get it more attention, there's no point doing that unless you're actually holding any. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I don't benefit. So I'm trying to buy the blurt cheap. I'm trying to get a load of blurt first, then go out and do my blurt day at CAMDEN. Otherwise, I'll miss the boat, and it'll be me that's actually pushing it out. So, not that we're that influential, but
not yet.
No, I'm sure blurt have got bigger things going on than my day at CAMDEN. But I think that I do want to hold a significant amount before I start promoting it.
Right.
So yeah.
I was thinking of the same thing with Steam. I was going to do the same thing. It's very hard for me to get it here because different states in the United States have no problem, and it's a 1, 2, 3 for exchange. But in New York State, it's heavily regulated.
Yeah.
And there's there's a lot of these. In fact, the one he sent me, I probably don't even, New York State probably doesn't allow, the one you just mentioned.
Could you, when you visit your mum, or when you're out of town, can you send it to yourself? Set up an account when you're out of town and just send it to yourself. When you get back to New York, it's already waiting in your exchange.
I'd probably have to use her account in some way, right? Because
But use her computer, but maybe create a new account for you. So you've
right.
got or maybe just, I don't know. But yeah, I found it quite tough trying to do this. Trying to buy Blur and Steam it, I found it to be very... I tried to do it with my Coinbase wallet, but that didn't work. I tried sending from Coinbase to Kleenex, that didn't work. It's not an easy thing to do.
And it's not a fault of the platforms. It's a fault of regulation because, like I said, 4 years ago, there was this middleman called Ionomy or Ionomy or something. I can't pronounce it.
Yeah.
But I was able to directly trade Steam for US dollars, like no problem. And then New York State got into regulation and ruined that for me. So now it's a big runaround.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very easy for actually Polynex, I think. Polynex is another one that...
Yeah,
Okay.
I've tried Polynex. I can't remember what the problem was, but I remember yeah, and you can't go like straight from Ethereum to Blurt. You got to go Ethereum, then you can only buy Blurt with USDT, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
On
okay.
Linux. So yeah, a bit of a runaround.
I'm having tea too.
Oh, good. Well, Dad, do you want tea?
No, thanks. I've just had one.
Right. So what else is going on?
Beautiful spring. I told you that. How's it looking there? I looked at your weather forecast, wondering if you'd be at Camden today. Did you go?
No, it's a bit unpredictable, the weather. We have
showery.
There's still rain going on. But
same here. But it's actually, I think, warmer here than it is where you are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go. There's some sugar. There's
It's going to go up to about 20 here. What about you?
Well, we had you know what I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get a converter, so it's in my hands. I don't feel horrible. I don't know Celsius, but it's supposed to hit 80 tomorrow, and 80 degrees is July weather.
Yeah.
So we're getting a freak warming spell for about 3 days, and then it's going to drop. Then it's going to drop from 80 to 40 in one overnight. That's a 40 degree drop. Right.
Yeah, it went up to 26 last Wednesday, and it went down to about 13 over the weekend again. Yeah. So
it's spring. That's why T.S. Eliot said April's the cruelest month.
Yes, it's all over the place. The weather.
He was looking at the weather. He was looking at the forecast. Like,
Yeah.
I changed my timetable now. Instead of doing March to November, I'm doing May to November.
Yeah. It's
right.
more reliable now.
It is.
Yeah.
Somebody from Instagram went to Camden and asked me why I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Nice. Really? A new person?
No, somebody, I don't think I've ever met them, but someone who regularly comments says, I was at Camden, I went to see you. Well, he didn't go specifically for me, but he doesn't come to London often, so it's just a shame that, it's potluck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So come May, once we get some consistent weather, I can start saying I'll be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday every week.
Now you were doing something this week. You were making new blonde cards, but you were saying something about scanning. What's that about?
I scan them. Yeah, I scan. I've got an A3 size scanner, and I scan them all before I glue them on, because I'm going to do a catalogue. Unfortunately, I didn't scan all of them. I started doing it after like about 100 or something, or 200.
And you have 750.
I think I've got about 700 and something, now. So, I scan them. I'm gluing them. Today I was cutting new cardboard and painting cardboard black. I mean, because I did all the wrong stuff in Thailand. I did all the wrong kind of painting. So now I'm quite glad that we've got this bad weather, because now I've got 4 weeks that I didn't plan on having, where I can just stay indoors and just bash out all the stuff I should have done in Thailand. So when the nice weather comes, I've got time to be at Camden all the time, do my videos, do my crypto socials with you and Off Grid Life, do a series after Off Grid Life's claymation AI videos, which are brilliant.
How are you going to do that? What's in your noodle for that? What are you thinking?
I'm just going to try and paint them. I'm going to do bigger because there's too much going on in those things. But I'll just take screen. I did a similar thing for Rite of Spring. Do you know the Stravinsky, the Nijinsky ballet? The Joffrey ballet in I think 1987 did their own version of the Rite of Spring, using the dance moves that they think Nijinsky used. And and an artist called Rowerick did the artwork. And it's really visually brilliant. You can press pause at any point during that performance. Yeah, if you write it down, it's worth
and what happens when you press pause?
It looks amazing. Yeah. Every still, it's just the most visually brilliant ballet that I think exists.
So it's it's Rite of Spring, but who's it by? What's it?
It's Joffrey Ballet. I think it's Joffrey. 1987, I think it was. And it's called Rite of Spring, RITE. And I took a load of stills and I just did oil transfer drawings of each of the stills.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. I'm going to do that with a claymation. But instead of doing oil transfer drawings, I'm going to do acrylic paintings. And I'm going to have Off-Grid Life all over it, and just make it all a big advertising thing.
Very nice. So this is like not the first time you mentioned Nijinsky. Did you grow up watching dance or something? How does somebody that likes Nirvana pop in and talk about Nijinsky?
Well, Nijinsky was around the whole Parisian avant-garde with Picasso and all that. So he was part of actually the Ballet Russe. They're from Russia initially, and they toured around Europe, and then they went to America. And the guy who was in charge, this guy called Diaghilev, who was paranoid about anyone videoing, and so there's no video footage of Nijinsky dancing.
I was just going to ask, why wouldn't he? It's only the 1940s, 30s, 50s, right? I mean...
Oh, it was earlier. I'd say a Ballet Russe was earlier. But
okay.
Actually, no, I don't know. You might be right. But there's no video footage because Diaghilev wouldn't allow it.
Oh.
But Charlie Chaplin saw Nijinsky dancing in America, and he said, that man's a genius. And that's from Chaplin. It's such a shame that we don't have any of it. So someone's actually taken photos of Nijinsky and tried to make a film out of it.
There is 0 moving pictures of him dancing.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
And there was this, nobody knew how high he could jump. So there's always this great big thing, how high does he jump? Oh, he could probably have been an athlete.
Well, he's a dancer. Yeah.
His whole life story is fascinating. Yeah, I think he might have been a paranoid schizophrenic. And
he had issues.
Yeah, because I'm not sure, but he was Diaghilev was gay, and I don't think Nijinsky was, but Nijinsky was sleeping with Diaghilev. So I don't know if there's any kind of abuse going on there. Like, if you don't sleep with me, you're not getting in the ballet. I don't know. That's me speculating. But I think it all left him messed up. Mm-hmm. And his daughter, I saw his daughter speaking in a documentary about him and his problems. And it's very sad. But
He wrote a book. He published a book. You know that, right?
no.
Yeah, I think Nijinsky published a book, and if not, it's a very popular biography of him. I'll get back to you on that. But I remember one of his quotes because I read that book. I don't know if it was his or somebody about him, but he said his whole theory on life was God just wanted us to be happy. And then
Right.
I'm paraphrasing, and then
Yeah.
do whatever you do to make you happy, sort of thing. It was just something that stuck in my head for 30 years. That's why that name rings a bell.
I hadn't heard about that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
But no, if you watch the Joffrey ballet, it's really, really brilliant. I mean, they don't. I'm not really a big fan of ballet. I do find it quite boring most of the time. But that one is an exception.
Yeah.
To me, ballet would be like it's supposed to be. It's many things, right? It's the music. It's the orchestra and it's the dancers and all that. But
Stravinsky did the music, and
yes,
it's really good music.
right.
And it,
but
yeah,
if you want to be bored, watch me live paint. That's boring.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised, one. I'd much rather watch you live paint than 99% of ballet.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I find funny about ballet is when you're watching it, and like 3/4 of the way in, somebody says, "Oh, isn't it sad?" Like you don't realise there's like I don't see a narrative. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
I never know what's happening, but other people can see the story. I just see a load of people jumping up and down.
Yeah, right. Until the guy with the black robe comes out and starts doing this, then you know something bad's going to happen.
Yeah. And that's when you realise, oh, there was something. I thought it's I thought it's random.
Yeah.
I'll try to figure it out. Oh man. So Emma, what's going on? How's the tea? How are you doing over there?
Thanks. It's really nice tea. Yes, yeah. I went to a festival of. I'll just show you. I've got that book from it. It's the Marxist Review. I went to a festival. It was at SOAS. They have these discussion groups quite often. There are loads of speakers like Tawak Ali, lots of really good speakers, and the people there I've met. I sort of know them a bit. There's Elaine and Alexander and they.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and Chris Nynam and they and John Rees. John Rees has written a book called The English Revolution: Fiery Spirits, and it's all about Cromwell and the English Revolution. It's about that thick. It's a really good book.
Oh, really? What's the name of it? I love that stuff. My ancestry on my father's side was all into that. They were there.
Really? Yeah.
So what's the Cromwell?
It's called The Fiery Spirits, and it's and the English Revolution. John Rees, Rees. That's his name, and it's a really big, thick book. But I've got a sort of a abridged version of it at home. So it's from quite a Marxist perspective, a class perspective, and it's a very interesting. Yeah, he's very good at speaking. So.
What about the woman you went to see, the one that had the title about the witch hunt and feminism?
Yeah, that's right, the European witch hunt. That's Elaine Graham Lee. Yeah, she's quite interested in that. I mean, there's various interpretations of why women were persecuted, and is it just general hatred of women? Was it because they were challenging the church's authority as healers, or what would be herbal folk healing would be misinterpreted as witchcraft, and all sorts of reasons. I mean, she's talking about she's discussing that. I mean, she thinks it's more to do with part of going on to a capitalist as opposed to a feudal economy, and she's very good. They're very interesting. They were all doing speeches. They were all doing talks at the event. And then we had Ken Loach, who's a famous film director. He did Kathy Come Home, and he did Land and Freedom, which was about the Spanish Civil War. So he showed his film about the Spanish Civil War and Land and Freedom. But they've got a lovely basement sort of lecture theatre which you go into, and then it was like a film screening. and he was going to be
Nice.
there in person, but he's quite elderly, so he Skyped us instead. But his face came up and said, "Oh, you know." And everything, but it was nice. It was a nice event, and they opened up the refectory and they had drinks as well. So it was quite like a film screening with drinks and yeah.
Where was it? What venue?
It's SOAS University. SOAS. It's near Russell Square, that area. It's a really lovely ground. Very nice sort of buildings. I really
Nice.
going there. I've gone to a few events there now, but these ones, yeah. So.
I saw a quote last year. I was in University of Texas walking around, and there was this exhibit on feminist authors, but it was photographs of them. So that was the art exhibit, whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they had a big quote, and I think it was Margaret Atwood. I'm not sure. Just don't quote me on it. But I might have told you guys this before, but it said, if you ask a man, what does he fear most about women? And and the answer would be being laughed at.
Really, yes.
And if you ask a woman, the biggest fear you have about men, it's getting killed.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
I thought that was a great quote.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, she challenges the view in her essay about women being prosecuted because they're women, because she says quite a lot of men were prosecuted for witchcraft as well. But yeah, so
most witch trials weren't found not guilty.
Well, no, I think
70% of witch trials were found to be not guilty.
I think
in the UK.
Well, I'm not sure.
I suspect it's a UK stat.
I mean, she questions she does question the number of figures, the number of over the years. What really happened was that you would have your odd village that would have a bit of a witch hunt. You'd have people accused of witchcraft, and they tended not to be found guilty, perhaps. But then I think it was when you had the Reformation, the King James, and in Scotland, they really went to much more sort of industrial scale witch burning, and if you were accused of witchcraft, you had very little chance of it surviving. Really, once it was
with Cromwell or King James after the.
It was King. It was Scotland. In Scotland, but it became more of an industrial scale type. So you'd have the odd village where somebody might be accused of witchcraft, the odd individual, but you had much more.
Rose would have been.
It was probably to do with a certain amount of religious persecution going on as well. So yeah, so that's the.
Rose would have been accused of a witch so fast if we lived back then.
Oh no!
Well,
she has like the.
Ron.
What's that?
You'd have been guilty without trial.
Yeah.
Warlock! Got off my arm.
Yeah, I mean, you've been found guilty of that. And then there's this book, it's called Malleus Maleficarum, Hammer of Evildoers, a witch hunter's guide. So they wrote a book about all the different, signifiers that you were a witch, and birthmarks, having pets, all
Having
sorts.
Pets.
Yes,
Who can get a pet?
Yeah,
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, that's it. All these could be indicative of witchcraft, that you're a witch. So yeah, lots.
Knowing how to use your herbs, knowing how to heal.
Yeah. I mean, yes. I mean, the thing is, I think that most of the witches were probably. You see, the other thing is that they were probably sort of folk healers. They would be like people that would probably weren't. I mean, they were probably not literate themselves. They didn't have any books of spells or anything. But
Right.
Growing up, and their parents would have been. It would have been like a hand to mouth knowledge sort of thing. You just pass on that knowledge to. As they were growing up, to cooking, or they'd be working, around and they'd be pointing out the herbs, and this is good for eating, you can eat that, you can't eat that, and then this is good for healing, for pain relief, and things like that. So I think, and because that they got done for witchcraft, I think they were probably like, they had medical remedies that were based on, traditional folk remedies. That's what I think, and they were.
Or they had a good real estate next to the pond, and they had to get rid of them quick. So call them a witch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and especially when you have the Reformation and you have the the Catholics and Protestants. I mean, the Catholics would accuse the Protestants of witchcraft and vice versa. It would be a much
Right.
more industrial scale. Yeah, so that makes a huge difference. Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
You're doing a lot of painting these days, Ron.
yeah,
It's like I think we talked about it last week, but it's
Spring.
yeah, I getting off on it. It's energizing me, and then I get really, really going, and then I burn out. And when I burn out, that's when I'll clean the studio because it's a mess right now. I put up clotheslines all around, and I'm hanging the oil paintings up now.
Are you videoing that?
I should after I get off. Later on, I'll go through with it. Yeah.
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 I if I have a look at what my workspace and it's changed significantly, I just pick up my phone and just do a 20 minutes walk, 20 seconds, sorry, walk around.
Yeah, I should. This is a big year for me because I'm totally taking everything out into the yard or the garage and cleaning this down, giving away, setting aside art. And I'm going to have my garage open during the summer, like a garage sale, but I'm not selling the art. I'm going to give it away for free.
This could be just what you're doing there could be a really good film.
yeah,
Yes.
Ron's
Yep.
Clear Out.
yeah,
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Yes. That's a good idea. I'm going to write it down.
Yeah.
mm,
But you'll have to maybe with a bit of help from Rose, make sure you get lots of video footage of
Yes.
the whole thing. Because it's so interesting. When I'm working, or when I'm in Camden, I kind of assume it's obvious to everyone what's going on, and it's
Yes.
not at all. They don't have a clue. It's easy from your own perspective. It's what is it? It's like what you say about false consensus. It's
Yes.
this false thing. People know that I paint at home, and people know that my floor's covered in all it. They don't.
No.
They might think you just ordered this stuff from Alibaba in China. They do
Yes.
not have a clue. So if you video even stuff you think is so obvious, it
Right.
really does create a whole brand of you and what you are, and it would look so good. Like Rites of Spring. I don't really care about ballet. I just like good visuals.
Right.
Your studio is a very good looking studio, and it's always changing,
Yeah.
So if you
Okay.
don't record it, it will be lost 2 days later.
yeah, yeah.
All right. I take that advice. I heed it.
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought. I'll have Rose help me with that for sure. The false consensus. It was something about that where people think, well, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. I don't have enough archiving of what I'm of the space I'm living in. So I'll work on that.
Yeah, 'cause we grew up in an age where we didn't have the ability to archive like we do now.
Yeah.
We're still scraping the surface of the potential of our phones and internet.
Yes.
Once you realise what you can do, it's like, wow. I mean, I remember when I was young, the idea that like you would have your name in a book was like, wow.
Right.
Now anyone can just go on Amazon and do a book.
Yeah. Right. And you can have
is
AI write it for you if you want.
Yeah. That we record an album. Imagine that, recording an album.
Well, that was big. Getting a 4-track was, with all my friends who were musicians, getting the 4-track was everything in the late 80s, early 90s. Like, whoever had the 4-track, everyone would go to their house and say, I want to record. And they, you do the cassettes like you have, right?
Yeah.
I know what I was going to say. The pictures you have of last year, by the way, it's been a year since I was hanging out with you guys.
Yes.
Of your studio with the John Ron paintings. Those are awesome.
Yeah, they are.
They are. Yeah.
And those photographs, and we have quite a lot of that. Yeah.
We should do a John Ron because we had a few cameras rolling when there was Emma or someone doing an interview.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's loads of stills. Yeah. Those are really good looking bits of footage that would make a great picture book or a great web page.
I mean, up to now, it's usually been like some art critic or someone else has visited the studio of the artist, and then it goes into yes, we'll take some photos of the artists that work in their studio, and it's quite an official, and it's quite a it's an official publication, and yes, it's quite a formal thing almost. But now I think people can just take film cards and footage of themselves. And
DIY. It's
DIY,
total Black Ivory.
DIY.
Do everything ourselves.
Yeah, it's that's it. Yeah.
Do you ever watch Francis Bacon? Like, so what you were saying, like years ago. So Francis Bacon.
Oh yeah, and there's all those sort of famous like.
I eat those up, and I don't even love Francis Bacon's work or anything like that, but I just love listening to him talk and looking at his studio, which was just insane. I know you've seen this, right, Emma?
Mess. It was an absolute mess, wasn't it? And it's quite reassuring to see it, actually. You
know? It sure is. Yes. Yeah. Try to check those videos out with him talking.
Yeah.
When I was in Ireland with Rose, there was a gallery that replicated his studio.
Really?
And we went to they had a show of him, but then his studio was exact. They made it look exact anyway. And you just look through the big window, and there it was. What I'm trying to say is I'm just reiterating what you're saying, Edgeworth, about years ago, that's all you had. You had the BBC come and do an interview with you.
Yes, and it's quite
if you were lucky. And we're watching those videos today, like I said, eating them up, like I am anyway, to watch any, like Philip Guston talking. I go, oh, okay. So this is what he was thinking,
Yeah.
And that little bit of information they gave provides a huge amount of imagination for me.
Yeah.
Can you just imagine the next generation, what we're doing? Because there's so much more to pick and choose from.
Yeah. Well, it's DIY archiving now, isn't it? Really,
it's like what Emma said though. When the BBC turn up, you know you're looking at an interview. You're not looking at it's not fly on the wall, because they always have to make it an event. Whereas what we can record is the stuff I really want is fly on the wall. It's like if I would watch 45 minutes of Kurt Cobain just sat down writing a song.
Yeah.
It from the lowest quality. I'd rather that than watch a documentary on Kurt Cobain where all these, music journalists gives their silly opinions about him. I'm not interested in that. It's the fly on the wall stuff that I like of the actual artist directly. I want to basically experience as close to what I can as what they experience.
It's very contradictory, because if you know that someone's come to interview you, your tendency is to clear up. It's to clear up, but make this place look presentable, and you put on that sort of face, you dress smartly, and you're giving an as in your natural state.
You sound pompous. You make yourself try to be articulate. Yep.
Yeah, they want to be the fly on the wall. They want to they want to try and get you in your sort of much more what you'd be really doing, rather than presenting your formal sort of self to the camera, as it were. So that's very contradictory. But if you do your own archiving, then perhaps you can. It's much more.
I think Jackson Pollock's interviews were largely written for him.
Yeah.
Those interviews where he described his technique and what it was all about. I think his agent wrote that.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I agree with you, by the way. I'd rather give myself in my real state. So segueing into that, I got on Twitch. Did you ever hear of Twitch?
I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
This is so funny, because there's always something, right? There's always something. It's a live streaming YouTube. It's for live streaming.
Right.
So when you used to do your live painting, it would have been ideal. And you have the people on the little comments, people going, ooh, wow, ooh, and it's going like this. They're talking. I had a live stream and nobody was there, but I was just painting and introducing myself, and it's free, so why not? And the reason I got on that was because there was a link for it on Patreon. Did you ever hear of Patreon?
Yeah, I used to have a Patreon.
How'd it do for you?
Nothing.
Why are we even bothering? Because today I gave a live video on Patreon. Pronounce it for me. Patreon.
Patreon.
Yeah. Okay.
Patreon. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm saying this is worthless. I've been on it for a week. I don't have a single follower. Nobody's even looked at my videos. Saying, and I'm telling everybody on this video, get off Patreon, get on Steam It, get on Blurg, get on Hive, Ecencies. I said, get paid for this stuff because this is getting silly now. So you got these, and they take 10% of anything you sell. And even though I'm not selling, I'm selling memberships. So, forget it. It's not worth it. And how many, and I have to just sit there and work to amass, how many people at $3 a membership? It's like $3 a month to make it worth my while. Yeah. And they're getting, 25 cents or 50 cents. Forget it. Anyway,
I think
so I did that this week too. I was being busy because spring always makes me do two things. Makes me work twice as hard and also regret that I went into art because I have no money.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I think the place to get an audience is offline, and then you can deliver them content online. So if you've got an existing audience, a Patreon, a live stream might be of interest to them. But to do it the other way round, I think because
there's so much on the internet, people just scroll and look at YouTube.
It's too much. Exactly.
Yeah. You have to have a I think the free art frees art thing is where we can hopefully get some interest in us. Yes. And then we can interact with them online, whether it's on Instagram or Patreon or Blurt or whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's just us connecting with them if anyone's interested, and hopefully they will be. I mean, we can't be the only people in the world who are into this stuff. There must be other people who are into it, who we're just not connecting with.
Oh, absolutely. Well, there's a couple already on the on Steam It that are that understand it, and off Good Life, obviously, but others too that are supporting me, I think, in that way.
Yeah. Like we found Off Good Life. That's one. There'll be others.
Wake Up Kitty is another one. She's very into art.
I keep forgetting to post in those communities you told me about, World of Expolar.
And Art and Artists is hers. Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. I'm still catching up on all my to-do things regarding crypto socials.
See, you're telling me I'm busy. You're so busy. You're doing so much.
Yeah, I am at the moment. Yeah, it's good though. I'm happy. I don't feel like I'm tired or run down. I'm
good.
Just there's so much to do. So much to do.
Emma, you have your show next week, right?
Yes. It's the 2nd of May. It's the first weekend of May, and I do. It's I've got to deliver my paintings. Yes, it's the big Middle East show. I've handed out a few flyers at work and stuff. So I hope you can come to that. I gave you one, didn't I? So
what day of the week is it?
It's a Saturday. You might be at Camden if it's a good weather. Yeah, it's from 12 o'clock anyway. The private view and
Oh, it's prime Camden time.
Yes, it's a massive. So you've been before. It's a massive.
Yeah, if it was a solo show, I'd go.
Yeah,
but if it's a group show,
I'm hoping. I'll hand out a couple more flyers at work about it, but
You won't have a problem with an audience if it's a group show.
Yeah, I mean, there's at least about 150 people there. Be a big event. And the local.
I'll tell you what's a bigger event than that.
What's that?
Camden.
Yeah.
Go down to Camden.
Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah,
get down to Camden
this weekend. Yeah. What's the date?
I'm gonna end up in Camden before Emma. I'm gonna end up there before you.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. I've been there before. I have been.
I know. I saw you on video. So, and right after COVID, right after lockdown, and they freed us. The powers that be freed us. Yeah. I had a show at my house for local friend artists, painters, and sculptors, and up for 11 of us, right?
Oh, yeah.
And this is what I would always tell people to do: have a group show, make it as laid back as possible. Yeah. And we had 75 people in this little house. I mean, it was packed because those 11 people all brought 5 people, So
Yeah.
the group just does the work, and it was good. It was good for bringing some energy back. And then
Yeah.
for some reason, everybody went back into their little caves for the past
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah.
But it looked
Yeah.
like there was going to be this rebirth and all this
Yes.
excitement because we've been stuck inside for so long.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was a great night, and people sold paintings. People were throwing their money around. It was just great.
Yeah.
Wine pouring. It was very, very much fun. And now it's just like, ugh, got
Yeah.
quiet again.
Yeah. Well, I think that group show about 11 people is a good idea. That's very good. Yeah.
I'm doubling down on Camden.
Yeah.
I'm just like that with Camden.
Yeah. You just
Right.
Anything else is a distraction at the moment.
I mean,
Well, you found your spot. You found your
Yeah.
place, right?
There's so much potential there that if ever I'm not at Camden, I just imagine all those people walking past
Yeah.
who I could be getting, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It seems such a waste to not be there 24/7. So
Yeah.
whenever I'm not there, I'm doing something to make sure I can be there later.
This is going to come from another angle. You're like a cultural emissary to the area. I mean,
Yeah. You are.
you are now becoming like that's the art of Camden, because all there is when I was there was orange juice and Allen and people eating and drinking, and
That's it.
so
It's
you're
a
actually
huge,
providing a
huge
huge
opportunity.
service to London
Yeah.
by doing that.
Huge opportunity. No one else is doing it, so
Right.
it's there for the taking. All we've got to do is do it. That's it. There's nothing standing in our way other than some black swan event, coming out and knocking us off. But other than that, in normal conditions, we've just got to turn up and it will work. That's the thing about Camden. It's not like playing tennis where you might have a bad day, or playing golf. If you turn up there, it will be good.
Yeah.
It's guaranteed. You can't mess it up. If you're there, it will be good.
Even a bad exchange makes a good video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. Just be there and it will work. You don't have to
Yep.
perform. You don't have to be competent. You've just got to I've just got to get myself there, put all my stuff up, and as long as my camera's working, I'll have a good video at the end of it, and I'll have got my art out to a load of other people who like it.
Do you have are there squatters' rights in London? Do you guys have that?
You might know more than me about housing laws.
Housing laws, squatters' rights. I think we did have them, but they clamped back down on them again. Yeah, they
Because you could if you're there in Camden enough, you could own that corner pretty soon and just put a square and says this is mine.
Yeah.
There's a sort of like where Zombie sits. You know what I mean? No one
Yes.
else sits there. It's
Right.
understood that that's where he goes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
That's his place.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I have been involved in squats and empty buildings. People have gone in there and they've had plans for the place. I mean, it's a long time ago, but they've had plans for the place. They wanted to, a lot of them are homeless, and they wanted to have a cafe there or maybe a bit of a gallery. And unfortunately, the council just knocked the whole place down. They just said it was an embarrassment to the council. It was meant to be developed. It was meant to be developed, and there's one place in Cambridge I remember. It's a long time ago, but they had they had a squat there, and because it was an embarrassment to the council just knocked it down, and it's been a piece of waste ground ever since, and it's been there for years and years, and it's just they wanted to widen the road. That never happened. Where I used to have my art society, Milden, there was an old church, and they had they were going to they said that the council built bought the building up. They said they were going to they cut off the water and everything, and they said they were going to they were going to build flats and residential, and it's been stuck there for years now. And we've got a nice new community centre. We don't really care about it, it's gone now as far as we're concerned. But you know, that's been stuck there for years. And I mean, I wouldn't mind if people broke in and squatted that and turned it into something useful, or, you know, if they said it was going to be residential, you know, to make their own homes from it. But they will be turfed out, I think. I think the laws are getting quite harsh now on people who squat. So, yeah.
We have a Rose and I were reading about it yesterday for New York State, and then
Yeah.
in New York State, and the wording they use is funny. It has to be, I think they use the word aggressive. You have to have an aggressive stance for 10 years, meaning people have to know you're squatting in the
Yeah.
area. They have to see you. You can't just hide out and say it's mine after 10 years because
Oh.
they're, hold on, I got my mother calling in. I'll in a minute. So, yeah, so they have that where you have to show yourself. People have to know you're there, and after 10 years, it's yours. You can have a claim to it.
So it's better you'll say they have an aggressive stance and defensive stance right from the start if they're squatting.
Like pretend they live there. Like, yeah.
Yeah, rather than just
Meaning like walk in and out, let people see you. They have to be observed. So people have to know, oh yeah, Ron lives over there at that house.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sometimes they even put banners up to say, you know, don't let it rot squat. You know, there was an old banner that they used to put up in front of the building and make it obvious it was a squat. Yeah, so it's probably better to do that, actually. Otherwise it just becomes, that place, you get a load of druggies around there, the police have to move them on. That's what will happen if you make it very clear you're squatting. But it just seems sad because you've got people who are homeless and they've got this place and they've got a purpose. They want to clear it out, you know. We're going to open a cafe. They've got this ambitions for
Right.
it, and then it just gets knocked down. It gets knocked down, you know, because it's an embarrassment to the council that you've got, you know, squatters, and it's just ridiculous. Buildings that have got potential are just, you know, it's just really tragic, really. I don't know how to say it, really. But, yeah.
Well, I have to, can you guys give me 1 minute? You know how Ann used to call during our podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
sure.
My mother
Yeah.
keeps calling. It's now like 5 times. So I'm going to go use the
Yeah.
other phone. I'll be right back.
No
Yeah,
problem.
that's
We'll
okay.
we'll
Okay.
talk amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you soon.
All right.
Mhm.
So Emma, what else is new and interesting in your life?
Not at the moment. Yeah, I went to this. I went to the SOAS.
I've just no. You talk to camera. I've
Yes.
just thought something.
Yeah, it's a very interesting article about witchcraft and one of the main protagonists was James VI of Scotland, and because I mean this is about you know, essentially that because they were women they were considered to be more susceptible to the devil, so that's why they were accused of witchcraft. Yeah, and it all came back to the serpent's deceiving of Eve at the beginning.
This is the grand opening of the Freeze Art Manifesto,
Oh wow! Let's see. Let's have a
which
look at
I
this.
rewrote. Well, I didn't rewrote. I deleted a load of rubbish out of the first one,
Oh yeah.
so I trimmed it.
Yeah. Oh,
And I wrote another one called Anarchy for UK, not for UK. Yes, I did. No, Anarchy for Art.
oh yeah.
But Anarchy for Art has been delayed.
Yeah. Oh,
Here we go.
oh wow. Do I get one?
Yeah, there we are. Freeze Art Manifestos have arrived.
Oh wow.
There you go, Emma.
Oh thanks.
That's
That's
for
really
you.
good. Yeah. Art doesn't cost money. The masses have what the elite want.
Shall we read it out?
Yeah. You read it out with your manifesto.
Oh no, you read it out because you I don't know.
Well, okay. Art doesn't cost money. The masses have what the elite want. You can't be free and cost money. Galleries freeze artists. The street freeze artists. So the galleries freeze spelled FREEZE artists. The street freeze artists. That's a good one. FREES. Streets are galleries with free materials. Streets, public views, galleries, private views. Yeah. Streets, community, galleries, commodity. Streets, Independent.
Oh, I like
Galleries,
that one.
Independent. Streets, Edgeworth Johnston. Galleries, Delane Labas.
Yeah,
You've got, yes.
my biggest fan, Delaney
Yes,
Bass.
yeah. Streets, Outsiders. Galleries, Insiders. Streets, Shit Creek. Galleries, Cheap Clique. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's very good, yeah. Streets, Rise. Galleries, Lie. Streets, Free. Galleries, Fee. Streets, Give Artists a Shop. Galleries, Give Artists a Shopping List. Streets, Express Oppression. Galleries, Oppress Expression. That's good. That's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Streets, Walk. Galleries, Talk. I'm the Napster of art. That's good. The pin is mightier than the bubble. Freedom appears when money disappears. Gallery stamp approval. Advertisement approved stamps. Yeah, that's
Nice.
great.
The
Very
pin is
good.
mightier.
Yeah.
The pin is mightier than the bubble. I like that.
That's really good. Yeah, stamp approval. Advertisement approved stamps. Yeah, yeah.
These have just arrived.
Okay. What are they? Just regular printing paper? Or are they
Yeah.
laminated?
No, not laminated. I'm going to glue them. I'm going to glue them to cardboard on the backs of every artwork. All the
Nice.
big ones will have that on the back. And the Anarchy for Art manifesto is another one, but that's delayed. That I won't get that one till the 21st. So I've got to wait another 6 days for that one.
Very nice.
But yeah, because I was trying to think of a way to unify, because we've got all these little things. We've got Anarchy for Art, Freedom Frees Art, Black Ivory, CAMDEN Market Free Art Man. We've got you over there, Off-Grid Life over there, cryptocurrency. Emma will hopefully be joining Free Art Frees Up.
Yeah.
So what I was trying to do is make it one thing, one umbrella. So I'm going to get all the manifestos that are all part of this, like the Advertising Manifesto,
Mm-hmm.
Heckle's Horse Jr. That's another one, because we're I mean, there's no better example of how what we're doing is better than what the galleries are doing than comparing the situation Heckle's Horse is in to the situation Heckle's Horse Jr. is in.
Yes.
So that illustrates it perfectly. So I need to get the Heckle's Horse Jr. manifesto and maybe like make a booklet with everything in, including you and Emma and Off-Grid Life, like the Stomach Turner Prize 2024 booklet, but significantly better. And then have all the manifestos, all part of the CAMDEN thing. And the Anarchy for Art I thought was good because on Zombie's side of the bridge, it's all anarchy, and there's a flag with the anarchy sign on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, unfortunately, on my side of the bridge, where I could hang an Anarchy for Art flag, is a sign about parking restrictions that are in the way. But I might try and get a flag done, so when you've got Zombie's Anarchy flag and my Anarchy for Art flag,
Yeah.
and Zombies in the Anarchy for Art manifesto. So I'm just bringing all of that into one umbrella, because if it's not, then people their attention fades pretty quick.
Right.
If it's all under one like brand, if you like, then I think it encourages people to look at every aspect of what we do, not just individual little strands of unrelated projects. You know, we've got to present it as one, I think.
You have high ambitions.
Well, I want it to look good, you know, because as long as it looks good, I don't really care about the level of interaction, because I think that even if all this Black Ivory stuff and this Freeze Art stuff ends up just being us four, including Off-Grid Life,
Sure.
failing to engage with anyone outside, I quite like that. So
I always like the silence. I say it to Rose all the time. I'd rather have nobody than somebody. Sometimes I don't know.
As long as we put on the good show, then that's the legacy. It's like Van Gogh, right?
Yes.
No one cares what gallery Van Gogh got into. If Van Gogh didn't sell a painting his whole, no one cares. That's just whatever his story is. It's like contemporary success is great for contemporary, but there's nothing of any real value in that. No one will care in 50 years' time whether or not anyone likes our work or not. No one will care. So all we got to do is put out the best thing, and then that's our obligation done. The rest is whatever, it doesn't matter.
I couldn't agree more. That's exactly how I feel. But then there's that problem always about, well, you're dead. What does it matter, right? But something inside of me tells me it does matter. 100 years ahead in the world matters to me. It always does,
Well,
So,
I mean, this you can say that about anything in life,
Right.
The world is going to get eaten up by the sun, and it's all going to evaporate to dust. All right. So I enjoy the satisfaction of knowing that what we're doing is really good.
Yes.
And I enjoy the satisfaction of there being an ice cream van opposite of people all queuing up to pay £5 for an ice cream and nobody wanting work. I enjoy that.
I do too.
So it like I say, it doesn't matter. It's still good to do. It's still.
I think it's a sixth sense that we possess. That there's something about that's what keeps you driving and keeps you going. You beyond anybody I know. So it's inspiring to watch. I hate the word inspiring, but it drives me all the time.
Okay.
And if it's driving me, who would be like, in a dog eat dog world, I'd be your competitor or whatever. It's driving me for all the good reasons, not the bad ones.
Well,
and
No, go ahead. I was saying when I watch Freya doing her artwork, she does it as she wants it. Now Freya could not care less what anyone thinks about her drawing, but she puts in a lot of effort. She'll be with the red pen, like making sure there's not a single little bit of paper showing through.
Right.
On a dress, and she's happy when she's done it, and she feels great.
That's me.
No reason to and like if you said to Freya, somebody won't. She will, I don't care. It's my drawing. It's my drawing. There's no reason to change that. Because that's perfection as far as I'm concerned. So
yep, me too.
Do our thing.
Right, and like I was saying though, if I'm moved by this thing going on, I can only imagine it. Freya being moved when she's 20, 30, 40, or Freya's children being moved, and that being a generation. I know if I don't see it happening, that it's good for the future. It's very good for the future.
It's there if anyone wants it. I mean, if we do something good, it's there if they're not interested, they can do something else. But
right. Yep. Good.
I think. I mean, if there's anyone in the future who's like-minded, then we're there. We're there as something they might be interested in.
Okay, another good story. Yesterday, 2 days ago, I have a new neighbor next door, and I went out to take the garbage out, right? But I was wearing one of my painting shirts, so I'm covered in paint.
Yeah.
And he's new. He's from Eastern Europe. He's from Ottawa, Canada, and he's got a strong accent. So it's hard. I'm very bad with accents as far as hearing them. But he was talking about. He goes, "Oh, look at those colors. You're not a house painter. You must be a paint. You must paint." And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, it's a good hobby to have, but you're not going to make any money at it. This is the standard,
Yeah.
And I don't know if he was looking. I'm a 59-year-old man. I mean, it's not a hobby. It's just. It is, but it's not. I do it like a full-time job, right?
Yeah.
And there's just no way that he was going to. I was going to be able to explain it to him, but I started to lecture. I found myself standing in the lawn, first time meeting somebody, and I'm giving him a lecture on history.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, it doesn't matter right now. Even if it's a hobby, somebody might like that. And I explained to him how my great-grandfather was a part-time genealogist, and he amassed enormous amounts of information on my family and got it, that I have in my possession now. but it took, what, 2 generations. This is my great-grandfather. My grandfather didn't care that he was doing it. My father always gave lip service to caring about it, but really didn't dive into it like I did. And then I got it, and I tore into it. I mean, I wrote a book about it. I mean, it was like so interesting to me. And Rose and I designed a book on genealogy just for that archive.
Yeah.
So 100 years later, it took, but there's somebody that's very interested in his stuff.
Who's the author? You said he just wants one good reader for every book.
Henry Miller.
Henry Miller.
Yeah.
I understand that. I just want one. If one person likes what we do, I mean, even if it's 0, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you know what I mean.
I think you already got that. I think you're going to get that in spades too pretty soon. But somebody like Off Grid Life who totally gets it. The guy that you showed on your video a couple weeks ago in Camden who gets the idea. That idea is incredibly strong. People pretend it's not. They still want to try to fall back on this idea that galleries have the last word and museums. There's a revolution happening, without it's quiet, but it's happening. And
I mean, I always
go
think
ahead.
Stockton is very near to street art, really. I mean, this is very near to street art. It's not street art, but it's the nearest.
That's right. Yeah, it's not street art, but you've got things in common.
A lot in common. That's.
But I don't think we've got much in common with Stuckism, though.
You don't. You think
really.
it's got more in common with street art than Stockism now?
I think of us as I think of what I'm doing as very different stuff. It's almost the opposite.
I'm gonna bust in about street art. What I know about street art. Street art is murals. Street art is, maybe like, I don't know, having an open drawing session for people to look at, or drawing on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
What am I missing here? I don't think Edgeworth is doing street art. I think he's a street art. He's an artist on the street.
Yes, yeah,
But
that's it. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
System. Yeah, rejection.
Well, it's I said like last time, Stuckism wants. I think, anyways, this is what I think. Stuckism wants to rescue the art world, whereas I want to make my own one.
Yeah, so I see.
See, I don't care what the Turner Prize does or any of that lot. That's their business, and I hope they do. I hope they get out of it what they do, and I couldn't care less what's in what gallery or what Tracy Emin's doing. It's totally irrelevant to anything I'm interested in.
Right.
So all that massive chunk of Stuckism, which I think is what they're predominantly pushing, is totally irrelevant, I think, to anything I'm interested in.
Yeah, I think you think stuff is still about trying to promote painting within the art world or within the system, while this is more outside.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do, but it's just not something I'm interested in doing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're providing something of value, which is a good thing.
Yes.
But I just don't have any interest in it.
Yeah.
So you don't even need to define yourself, but you're out there doing something, I think, incredibly original. I don't know if I told you, I might have, but I did tell you I applied for a Andy Warhol writers grant to write a book, not a book, but I'll keep a blog about what you're doing and what I am going to be doing and doing a little bit of, but I want to get into it. Yeah. So I forgot. Go ahead.
I was going to say something news on that, so you go ahead, you talk.
No, I totally lost my train of thought.
For your grant.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I forgot what I was going to say.
There's too much oil paint around you, Ron. You're breathing it in, and it's...
Oh, my God. I've been wearing my mask and everything. It's totally way fumey down here. And then we were doing the big picture upstairs with Rose, and we were doing it in acrylic. And I said, I don't want to do it in acrylic, so I just brought the oils up yesterday, and I plastered the upstairs with oils. Now the whole house is just a big oil mess. It's the second time I had a moment where I lost my memory, so that's not good.
Yeah.
So have you finished all 6 paintings now with you?
By tomorrow night, I'm going. Rose will be. She's got to touch up a little bit. See, the thing is, she's been doing some knitting, and anytime Rose does something new, she goes in 1,000%.
Yeah.
So she's obsessed with it now, and she's just knitting all the time. So, and doing patterns and trying to figure out how to do it. So, trying to pull her off the couch to come work on the painting.
Just finish this last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it out of here.
So what?
Oh man, it might. I think it's the talking into a little phone that makes my memory go out like that. Because I'm trying to. I should have no problem flowing, but I am right now. Eh.
Well, you mentioned the Andy Warhol grant.
About writing about free art, and there was a reason. There was something you said that made it jump in my head.
I was saying how I don't really compare anything I'm doing with Stuckism because it's
got it. So when I did my research on it, I was looking. I had to write an answer to one of the questions about: is there anybody else doing free art? How does this free art movement compare? How are other people doing it in the world? And I went on the internet and I looked, and there's nobody doing it like you're doing it, or like I'm doing it as far as on the internet and publishing it and talking about it. What there is, though, is a lot of literature, and Emma, some of it's Marxist literature about taking power away from galleries and putting it in the hands of people, and free art being the idea's there, but nobody's executing it. Yeah. That's what it was. So you're in the throes of execution right now that nobody's done, which means it's brand new, which means it's even bigger than galleries that are just cookie cutters. It's just gallery. But now this thing there's a whole other way to go up, to jump from in other directions with free art. Yeah. And so I was writing that to the Andy Warhol people, but I snuck, and I don't like AI all the time, but I used it to see if there was anything in the internet about it. And the feminist theory is a big deal about you said it before in an answer to Charles Thompson, sharing is caring, or something like that.
Oh, and, Facebook, yeah.
And there's a lot of writing on giving away in a gift economy. Did you ever hear of the gift economy?
Not really.
Is it bartering?
It's not bartering. It's about when people used to like certain native tribes in the U.S. out west. The richer you were, the more stuff you gave away. So I'm sorry, the more you gave away, the richer you were. And people would. That's how you were elevated to the chief or a high-ranking individual in certain Western tribes, and it makes a lot of sense, because if you're able to give away stuff, it shows many things that you have wealth, you can give it away. So if you're creating stuff and giving it away, I think it's even more of you're giving. You're not just possessions, like here, have this piece of bread or whatever. But anyway,
the ultimate competence is to, because if you think of ourselves as a species, the best thing you can do is not only be able to acquire wealth, but be so competent that you don't even need to keep it to sustain yourself.
Yes.
They're the top of the tree. They're the best people in the tribe.
Right. Yeah, and anybody can do it. People who have nice jobs, but we've taught ourselves how to hoard and keep it all for ourselves, or maybe our progeny. We got to give it. We got to save up this money. But anyway, there's many. Robin, I think is her name, but it's called Braiding Sweetgrass. Emma, if you ever get a hold of that book, it's about the gift economy, and it's a bestseller called Braiding Sweetgrass.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You need the right people.
Yeah.
Because if you all give to your ability, then every time you give, it's an investment, really. Yeah. Because if you give to people who will also give when they are risen, then because we all go through ebbs and flows in life when we're having a good time and having a bad time. Mm-hmm. When you're having a bad time, you need the people having a good time to help you. So, like you say, it's a self-sustenance to give.
Yes.
But you've all got to be on the same hymn sheet. Otherwise, it's going to be dysfunctional.
Yeah.
which reminds me, yesterday on Instagram, this guy always likes my stuff, and he actually bought one of my paintings a couple years ago, and he lives out in Rochester, and he was had a GoFundMe for his mom who's just had a breast cancer operation, and he had it on his like 3 stories, and I'm going through and I'm going, okay, I'm just gonna give him some. I gave him some money to the GoFundMe. Because the U.S. we don't take care of people, especially after they have cancer. Anyway, so I sent him $25, and I got a thank you today from a completely different person. I think he was posting it on his story about a friend of his. So it wasn't even his mom. So I just laughed at myself, going, "Oh well, just give money to people when they."
Are you sure these are genuine cases?
Yeah, it's a genuine case.
Because
it was the guy who thanked me today was from Rochester, and that's where this guy's from. It's a friend of a friend, is what I'm saying. But I had no idea, and maybe it'll come back and help me out. Henry Miller, that guy we talked about a minute ago, he had a phrase saying, "If there's ever a genuine need, it will be met." And I think I've talked to you guys about that before. And he swears by it. He was an artist of life in many ways. He was painter, writer, and whatever. And he just said that's always got him through. When he was low, he knew he used to give everything he had to others. You ask him for the shirt off his back, he'd give it to him, and it just always came back in some way.
Yeah.
Superstitious, sure, but it's just one of those things I feel is karma, maybe, whatever you call it. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
It works out. It does for me so far.
Is Rose knitting to make clothes? What is she?
She's knitting. Right now she made socks. And because she's brand new she's a relatively new knitter. And she's working on, she made me a hat a couple years ago, which was just horrible. I can't even wear it. It just doesn't even look like a hat. But she's very, like I said, she's very good at anything she ends up doing. So she probably has a learning curve that's very low compared to me, which would take forever,
Yes.
Yeah.
Is
Rose interested in blurt and steam it and stuff?
Yes, with her photography, but again, it's about time, right? So I don't know if we talked last time about her retiring early. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
And we're talking like 2.5 years, which would be just great. And we have to find new ways to make income. She's all for steam it and posting her photography, and
Yeah.
She laughed. I tell her, I just made $2, in a post you just watched me put up, and 6 hours later I have, it's nothing, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Yeah.
And that $2 with the steam it might be worth a lot more if this thing catches on.
Right. And that's why I'm trying to, now I've realized that I should be asking people. I've talked to my friends who think it's like, I might as well be talking about living on the sun. They just don't, they're very avid social media people, but they're just giving it to Zuckerberg. And they're creative. One of them's a creative sculptor. He's great, and at least play the game, because it's fun, even if it's just a game,
It's so interesting. Like, just trying to figure out this Kleenex exchange and sending stuff to Kraken and all that lot. There is a level of enjoyment there, because it's very satisfying when I see, oh wow, I've just got 20,000 blur. You know what I mean? And
yes.
You kind of think this isn't going to be around for very long. If blurt works and steam it, we're going to be priced out. You know what I mean? Now's the time to be doing it.
Right. And that's one aspect for sure. But then I also find people the people on here have lifted me up a lot more than Facebook and Instagram people have. Yeah. It's like it's not like a culture of people, but there's something about everybody being invested a little bit that just ups their communication back and forth. I get great advice. I get great people that are actually interested in what I'm doing, and write more than a paragraph about it, usually I get so it's nice to see. somebody, I gave some guy in Cuba, I sent him my Steam, my extra savings. I had like 60 Steam or something like that. And because Cuba right now is being, starved and choked by the U.S. So I said, here, you're an artist. Here you go. Go buy some paints.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yeah.
But it was really easy just to send it to him without having to, I just went to the little place, on your wallet and, send him this guy,
I'm really optimistic about all this. It's like what Henry Miller said, if there's a need, it will be filled.
Yeah.
Well, there is a need that, like you say, the Zuckerberg sites aren't filling.
Mm.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's my out. I have to go because I remember my mother was trying to call and she called like 6 times. So I better go call her.
Right, yeah.
Okay, it was good to see you.
Good to see you, Ron.
Good to see you guys. And Emma, I'm sure I hope to talk to you before your show.
Yeah, okay, that'd be great. Yeah, okay. Okay.
See y'all. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.